Well, hey there, and welcome to my Facebook Live. It's Amy Broughton with Photo Business Tools. I'm excited to talk to you today. And I wanted to share a little thing I put together for you guys, and I'm calling it the 5 ways to beat the competition in your photography business. And I'm doing this because it's probably the very most common complaint I hear from photographers. We talk to photographers all the time. And it's one of the first things they're always telling us is there's too much competition, and that's why they can't make their photography business work. So today I want to share with you 5 ways that you can beat the competition in your photography business, have the photography business of your dreams, support your family in the way that you want to, and have an unlimited potential. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. So the very first way I suggest that you beat the competition is to outcompete them. And I got this idea and concept and just fell in love with it from watching Shark Tank. I love that show. My family hates it, so I always watch it on Friday night when the teenagers are out and the kids are asleep. And my husband is asleep too. So anyway, Mark Cuban is one of the funnest guys on there. And he just says, you know what, outcompete them. If you have a lot of competition, who cares? Like, just do more, do faster, do stronger, do better. And I love that because it's true, you can do that. And it gives you, puts you in a place of taking action. It puts you in a place of being resourceful. And, oh, let me make sure that's turned off. Sorry. And it works. And so the other thing I love about it is it doesn't necessarily take more resources to outcompete, meaning you don't always have to have more money to outcompete. You don't always have to have a bigger lens or bigger camera. You don't always have to have, a bigger customer base. You can it really just takes your grit, your vision, and your desire to do better than anyone else, and then to just put everything into play and making things happen. So many people I see and I talk to are like, I want it, but I just don't do anything about it. And so they find themselves stuck, struggling. They're like, why can't I get there? And I'm like, well, what have you been doing? And it's time to put those things into play, to put those things into action, and to start doing more, getting in front of more people, doing the things that you need to do. Okay, so that is my tip number 1. So the second way I highly recommend that you use the tips I'm going to share with you for beating your competition in your photography business is understanding how to market your photography business. And the one thing I want to tell you right now, it's not word of mouth. Word of mouth is great and it's important, and you will get a lot of referrals from that. It should be about 1/3 of your business. But it's not going to give you business right now, and you don't have a way to control it. So if you say, okay, this year I want to take my family on a cruise and I want my photography business to pay for it, do you have a way to increase your income right now because you have a marketing plan in place to be able to do that for your family? If you don't, then it's time to get a marketing structure in place. And by marketing, I mean, what are you doing to get business right now? What are you doing to bring more leads into your business? How are you hanging on to those leads? How are you continuing to market to those leads? What are you doing to really keep that lead flow and that, build that base of customers happy and thriving and alive? Those things all have to happen for you to be able to beat your competition. And so just for an example, I worked with a couple, Mike and Alini, amazing, amazing photographers. And when they came to me, that amazing photography, beautiful work, I was blown away. And they were only making $100 a month. And they didn't know how to get in front of people. They didn't know how to get in front of the right clients. They didn't know how to get in front of the right people that would buy their type of photography. And so we worked with them. We showed them, look, you've got to have a marketing plan. You've got to have, you have to do these things to get those clients coming to you. And then you have to keep working at it. And then, all the things it takes. So you have to have a marketing plan. That's the biggest thing. And now these people, Mike and Alini, they're making more than $8,000 a month, and probably between 8 to 10 to 12, depending on the month. And how amazing is that? Once you have a plan and you understand, your business should be just like any other business that's out there. Just because you do it from home and just because you have your kids at your feet doesn't mean that you shouldn't treat it like a business. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be out there marketing, that you shouldn't be getting in front of people. If any person opened a restaurant down the street from you and just waited for people to come, guess what? They're going to be sunk. And the same thing is with your business. If you just open a business, tell your friends and family, and you wait for everybody to come, and you don't, go out and market yourself and have a plan of what you're going to do from month to month to month, guess what? You're going to be sunk too. So number 2 is to understand how to market your photography business and put those actions into play. Okay, number 3 in your 5 ways to beat your competition is to get in front of more people. than your competition. And here's what I hear. Like, a lot of people are saying, well, I've tried everybody. Like, I've talked to my family, my friends, and now, they've all hired me. But then, like, last week, my friend went and hired another photographer, and I'm so bent hurt about it. Well, guess what? I'm happy if my friends go choose another photographer, because they get a different experience. They get different pictures, and that's fun for them. You shouldn't be banking all of your business on what your family and friends, that they owe it to you. They don't owe it to you. I remember talking to a friend of mine, she owned preschool business, and she was like, well, I think because I was the first preschool business in the neighborhood, that everyone should go to mine first until it fills up. And then any leftovers should go to the girl who opened her preschool second. And then after her, the girl who opened her preschool third. And I was like, what? We live in America. This is like, we get the freedom to grow and build our businesses at our own rate. And people don't owe it to you just because you started your business to start using you. And your friends don't owe it to you to start using you and keep using you either. So the more people you can get in front of, the more people that you can tell people about your business, then you're going to have a great marketing plan. Then you're going to have people that you would have never thought are going to start hiring you. And those family and friends, I always say, they're great clients, but they're not your real clients. Family and friends are like a great place to start, but they're not your real business. Your real customers are beyond the family and friends. People who didn't know you kissed Tommy Sawyer in the 6th grade behind the football field. Like, nobody who knew that about you is going to take you seriously as a professional today, right? So the people who take you seriously, they're going to pay the prices that you're asking, that are going to take you for real, are not the family and friends, are beyond that. And so you need to work your business and the marketing strategies that you have in a way to reach those people and to get a lot of them. I have a girl who worked with me. She's an amazing photographer. She's won several awards in her photography work, like voted best in the world by all these different whatever companies, contests, I guess is what I'm trying to say, for her photography, but nobody was hiring her in her area. And so once I started teaching her, wait, we've got to market your business. We've got to get you in front of people. And she lived in a very, very, very low income area. And once we get you in front of more people than what you're in front of now, and it's not your family, it's not your friends, and they don't know, when you started your business and, what you guys are struggling with or whatever, that's when you're going to get new clients. And you know what? It was true. As soon as she started getting herself out there, getting her name out there, and getting in front of more people in the right ways, now she has business coming in, and she's been able to sell $800 per client on more, and blew her mind. Like, people she's never met, never heard of before are calling her now and booking her. So it's so exciting. Okay, tip number 4. Okay, 4th way to beat the competition with your photography business is to build relationships with them. So as you're, first of all, setting up, out competing all of your friend photographers in your area, understand you have to have a marketing plan. Get in front of more people. Now you have to be a real person and develop a relationship with those people. I call it a one-sided relationship because most of the time in your marketing strategies, you're in front of people that are not always responding back to you. So you're building a relationship with them. They're not necessarily building a relationship back, but it's oh so powerful to do this. That's why I also, don't want to go on a tangent. So what I want you to do is start like being real, sharing more about you, sharing about your personality, sharing about your family. If you're always doing marketing that's like, buy this, mini sessions here, family sessions now, let's do headshots, but you're not giving them added value and you're not also sharing who you are as a person, then the trust level is really low. And sales are based on trust. So you have to like you and know you. They have to understand who you are and build that trust with you. And then they're going to start hiring you. I have a girl I worked with, named Sri. She's awesome. When she talked to me the last time, she's like, Amy, all these people that are calling me now to book me, they act like they know me. And it's just like you said, because she's been sharing about herself with her marketing strategies, now they do feel like they know her. I mean, I always say, if I really love Sandra Bullock. I think she's an amazing actress. She's super funny. She's hilarious. And I feel like if I saw her in a restaurant, I could totally sit down and have a conversation with her, but she doesn't feel that way about me, right? I could say, oh my gosh, you're so great in this movie. And oh, I love how you talked to that little boy. And oh, how did your marriage turn out? All those things I know about her because she's so visible, but she doesn't know a thing about me. And so that would be awkward. But that's the same thing you want to do with your clients. You want them to become fans, the leads that you're building, the people that you're putting, in front of you. is you want to share more about yourself. You want to be real, you want to be authentic, and you really want to build that relationship with you so that when they do need a photographer, they're going to go, oh, I know that girl. That's who I'm going to hire. Or if their friend needs a photographer, they can say, oh, here's who I know. And then it's going to be you. They're going to hire you. Okay, good one. Okay, here's the last one. So tip number 5 in ways to beat your competition in your photography business is to stop focusing on the competition. Now, this is a huge one I see all the time. And I really want you to buckle down, stay off of Instagram, stay off of Facebook if it's following anybody else, and don't Google anyone in your area anymore for a long period of time. Because guess what? What you're following isn't real. Like, you don't know if the session that they just posted about was from a month ago, last weekend, or 2 years ago, and they're just reposting it. You don't know what they're really asking. Like, some of you, you know, oh, their entry fee might be this much, but maybe on the back end, they're getting way more. And so you're saying, well, they're only asking, you know, $150, so I can't ask anymore. But what you don't know is maybe once the client comes through the door, they're making $1,000 off those clients. So really they're getting a $1,000 session. So you don't know enough about your clients, and it's not fair to them, and it's not fair to you to compete with them without any of that information. All it does is it makes you feel worse about yourself. It makes you feel like you're not, you know, valid, valuable. It makes you feel like they're doing better. It's just, social media isn't great. Like, all you ever see is people's strengths, and you're comparing your weaknesses against their strengths. So it's really, really important. I had a photographer, I love telling these stories, who worked with me, and she was like, hey, Amy, no one in my area is charging more than $250. I can't. And I was like, you can. Just stop looking around, stop looking at what they're doing. And so she was like, this is what I really want to do with my business, is I want to go this direction, do this, this, and this, but nobody's doing it. And I said, you can, let's do that. And so instead of like trying to build a business like everyone else in town had, she started building a business like she wanted. She created a new vision, and now she's getting 5 times that. You know, she's getting clients in for 1,000, 1,200, 1,500 at no complaints. And she's fully booked because she didn't listen to the competition. She didn't let her brain get all worried about that, and she didn't allow herself to let them hold her back. Okay, so those are my 5 tips for today. I love working with photographers. I'm very passionate about it. I have a super awesome system that works for everybody. So if you're interested and need some help and would like to do a strategy session with us, we're offering it for free. You can talk to me and my team. It's an amazing call, whether or not you, you know, whatever direction you decide to go in. Just that one call will probably be the best hour you spend on your business, because we like to get really deep with you, really real, find out what's working, what's not working, and why, and help you with that. So I'm going to leave a link in the messages below, and jump on a call, jump on our calendar. We'd love to talk to you. Anyway, hope this was helpful. Have a great day. Shout out and say hello, and we will talk to you later. Okay, see ya.